Welcome to another Guildcast. This is Brent Schlenker with the eLearning Guild. Today we're talking with David Mille of Newmarket International. He'll be giving session 708 titled Add Second Life to Your Training Without Having Users Log In to Second Life at DevLearn 2008 Conference and Expo. It'll be November 11th through the 14th in San Jose, California. You can register at www.devlearn2008.com. Before we get started talking with David and talking about his session, I asked him to tell us a little bit about his background and how he got into Second Life.
Thank you very much, Brent, for having me. My education's actually as a geologist and a college professor. 1999, someone showed me Flash, and that was really entrancing to me. I saw a way to reach out to a lot of people on the educational front. That changed my life a lot. I got into e-learning, and about 2 years ago, two of our clients were in Second Life, and that was my first introduction to it. At the time, I was doing a lot of Blender 3D, so I really liked the three-dimensional aspect of Second Life and being able to share things that I made and also the educational side of it. So that's what brought me to where we are today.
Wow, it's great. We look forward to having your knowledge and skills in Second Life available to the audience at DevLearn. So tell us a little bit about what you have in mind for your session.
Our budgets don't allow us to do real video footage. So Second Life all of a sudden gave us a way to have this virtual film studio with actors that never age, wardrobe that never gets lost. And so what we're able to do is film scenarios and use that throughout our training in the place of live video.
And that's what you're going to be talking about during your session at DevLearn then?
That's correct. When I first started down this path, there wasn't any place that had the information I needed. What would be a good screen capture tool? After all, this is a shareable three-dimensional application. It's very heavy on hardware, and any type of filming of it seemed to just give poor results. After a little bit of searching, I found some products that are very inexpensive, well under $100 to do everything you need to do with audio and video and have pretty good impact with your e-learning.
Your session is titled Add Second Life to Your Training Without Having Users Log In to Second Life. And I love that title for a couple of reasons, but mostly I think there's this divide between the people who use Second Life and those who aren't really too sure how to use it, and there's this air of difficulty in use, and I think a lot of folks are scared away from using it because they feel like they're going to have to teach the end users how to navigate and how to move through it. And so there's this sense of frustration that I think there was a lot of hype about it at the beginning when it first came out, using it in e-learning, and it's kind of faded away because I think people have been scared away. This to me seems like a really great way for those people who are comfortable in Second Life and are instructional designers to still be able to get some value out of Second Life and utilize it in their e-learning. What are some good examples that you either have done in the past or could see this particular type of internal filmmaking and how that could be used?
Part of what I'm hoping to get across to people is they'll be able to come into Second Life, come to a sandbox, and try out the techniques I'm going to teach them. Once you learn the techniques, they're very simple. If you're an intermediate Flash user, you won't have a problem at all with anything that we're going to talk about in this session.
And so utilizing these tools, what have you seen? Are there any examples that people can go out and look at to get kind of an idea of what you're talking about before they commit to coming into your session?
What I'm doing for the class is I'm actually developing a series of lessons about total quality management meeting tools. So we're going to follow along a real case study and show how to take what would be a fairly dry topic, wrap it around in a scenario, write a script from it, then come into Second Life and actually film it just like we're filming a movie. Take that footage, break it up so we can have quiz questions from it that show scenarios, show the whole process in place. And as far as a sample goes, I'll put a link up on my site, subquark.com. This was actually A piece I did about a year ago was a proof of concept to my director, who's very open to innovation, and he wanted to see how could this be done. And it only took 8 hours to do about a 2-minute video that tells a simple story. I think that'll get people excited.
Yeah, 8 hours. I don't think anybody can possibly imagine or think about Second Life as a rapid development tool, but boy, that sure does sound like rapid development to me.
Looking at your lesson, for example, I'm just going to talk in terms of a lesson. It could be a course, and writing a script around it and telling a story, and it really doesn't matter what you're training, you can always wrap a story around it. Then filming one time, taking that footage, leveraging it and using it in 2 or 3 places. So we might have an overview of this process, and then we take out part of that process and we can make quiz questions from it. We can take part of that process and go, okay, in this scenario, what would be the next thing you would do? And then go down 2 branches to show a success and a failure of it. And all of this was done, though, in one filming session. That's where this becomes a rapid tool in reusing that, and it doesn't take very long to write out an effective script.
It sounds like a fabulous way to do it. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing some of those samples myself and take it to that next level. David, I appreciate you taking the time to set this up in World and to do this quick interview with me.
You're certainly welcome, and I want to welcome anyone out there watching this, whether they come to the session or not. They're welcome to come here. I always am open to setting up land for people to experiment and explore, especially on the educational side. Nothing would make me happier than to see people come in here and go, hey, I could see where this works.
That sounds excellent. And so how can, what's the easiest way for people to reach you?
To either send me an email via subquark.com, or if they're already in World, they can look up Subquark Hacks, and under my profile there'll be pics, and those pics are to the estate. We have lots of room for people to play around, and I routinely set aside parcels of land for people to just play around with stuff for free.
Well, we sure do appreciate the great builds you've done for the Guild, and we hope to be in here a little bit more. So again, thank you for doing this interview with me and setting all of this up. This is great.
You're very welcome, and thank you very much for all that you do on behalf of the eLearning Guild. It's fantastic.
Well, thanks. It's my pleasure. And this has been another Guildcast with Brent Schlenker. Don't forget to register for DevLearn at www.devlearn2008.com, and DevLearn is going to be held November 11th through the 14th in San Jose, California. We look forward to seeing you all there. Thank you.